please, EPG, I'm writing from Kiev. I'm really close to you. Would you consider taking me back?
It's just all the same. The muscle tone, you just can't see it with the jacket.
Where are you looking?
No, nothing, because we got a jackets on. Because welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the final game of the day. Maincast Autumn Brawl, day 1 here, and we've already got some hot stuff ahead. EPG versus Navi.
Wow, you're so hyped.
Woo! But I mean, okay, you got reasons to not be hyped, maybe, but you know, I was like, you get your jacket on. This is the official cast. We're ready to go, and we got a Gyro IO. What?
Where's the ticket? Why don't have the? Where are the official nicknames?
Yeah, where is the... Seth, what's going on here? Because last time Navi was in, they didn't have their banner.
All right, we see Elements Pro Gaming and their captain 3028751065922253. Nice.
I think that's his bank account. I'm not sure. We'll test it later.
Yeah, I'm definitely testing that.
Oh wait, no, it's 1 digit short. Damn. You got to guess the final digit on your transaction.
Of course.
That's what it is.
You can guess it. It's not really that hard. All right, we see a Wisp Gyro coming through. Actually, Navi, I mean, letting Wisp plus Gyro go through is very ballsy, actually. Very, very ballsy indeed.
They don't care. They know. They're like, you know what? You take your EPG. Consider it your handicap. We're Navi. We've won TI. Well, we haven't won TI, but the organization's won TI.
I mean, all right. The organization is great, and they are great players, but they are yet to prove themselves. And when it comes to the draft, at least so far, I like the way that they have drafted the Silencer versus the Wisp Gyro, as you can just break their relocate every single time. The Lynx is also a pretty decent hero versus the Wisp Gyro, as you can kind of always scout that Wisp, find him, and once you find him, you just kill him off first so that he cannot heal up the Gyro. Forces the Wisp to go either Ghost or Glimmer, which is pretty decent. However, if you don't deal with the Wisp plus Gyro combination on time, they just out-farm you so quickly. The amount of farm that these two can gain together and the levels that they gain together, it's just very ridiculous. And if they don't find their openings fast enough to take these two down, it could be problematic for Navi.
And we may actually see EPG just target out additional AGS benefits. We sometimes see this. Not so much at the moment. Most teams like IO Gyro. IO's never going to leave Gyro's side, but you can kind of target these heroes. Things like Visage, for example, that only need a moment to get maximum value.
Those kind of heroes are good. I'm not certain if you're going to see a Visage. No, we're not going to see it. The one player that I believe that can play Visage in their team is LeBron, and he's most likely either going to be Bane or Wisp. I guess Wisp. So we're not going to see a Visage here. So overall, their next pick could be something that, like, I like the Bane pick, by the way. We haven't really touched on this because the Bane can set up from the fog with the grip, and then you can relocate onto that spot. The problem with that grip is that you're also gripping versus a silencer, so your whole combination kind of falls short to his global silence.
This is true, and of course, remember now that the eye being channeled means you can be interrupted in the gank. Bane with Fiend's grip, as you said, can be interrupted. There's a lot of channeling going on here, and they've already got the counter to it straight away.
There you go, hero that needs no channeling, Lina.
Oh, there we go. That'll be the recovery. It's not like this hero needs a combo of spells to go off that could be interrupted.
She needs the combos. She needs her combos, definitely, that can be disrupted by the silencer. At the same time, though, she does not care as much about it as she usually itemizes either a Yules or later on a BKB or something that goes against that silence, so that's good. At the same time, it is kind of ballsy, as Dark Willow can blow up Lina and Tiny as well. Clinks also, it's super simple. This hero is very squishy and it's super simple to be picked off, so they have to be careful with the last pick so that this whole draft looks rounded up well. Because right now I'm actually, even though they have Wisp Gyro, I'm leaning in Navi's favor right now.
I mean, wow, we already knew you were leaning.
No, why would I leave? No, seriously, why would I leave in Navi's favor? Like EPG, they're basically all my friends, and I like them. I love this team. I wish them all the best. So I would like to see them succeed. At the same time, I'm just saying it how I see it. I like Navi's draft. Even though there's Wisp Gyro, I still like it a bit better. It looks like this Lina pick is just not. I don't see it, but Burania is a great player, and I'm certain he's gonna make it happen. And we see a slaughter. All right, I like this because it's a really fast-temp hero. You have the amplify damage versus Clinks to see him all the time, so it helps with that as well. But the most important aspect of it, for me at least, is you have the fast tempo. You don't have any big cooldowns, and you have relocate, and that's it. Grip more or less, but I mean you don't have a chronosphere offlane or something like that. You have a guy that can always go in and out of the fights, which is really good.
You're not afraid to fully commit. It's not like you're waiting. This is on insurance
Yeah,
policy.
you're not waiting for anything. Yeah, you can always play like even if things go badly for Wisp plus Gyro, you have this Slardar to just run around, create space. Perhaps Slardar plus Lina they're strong. They can do a lot together. Lina plus Bane, they can do a lot together. All these heroes can combine with each other and.
It's also worst case scenario, the Gyro dies. Guess what? Lina, Slardar, both these heroes use the IO well. The chase, the pursuit opportunities are crazy. And obviously, there was already an inherent advantage when they picked this Gyro IO because they are on the dire side. Yep. Which means that holy triangle is available to them.
The holy triangle.
The holy triangle.
The holy triangle. Well, all right, and there you go.
So I like what Na'Vi have done here. They basically said, this needs to be over fast. We can't drag this out late.
Well, Alchemist, they're gonna put it versus Burania's Lina. I don't know. Let's see. He played with Klinks versus Alchemist the last game. Now he's playing versus an Alchemist with Alina. I guess he should be decent there as well. The problem with Lina is she pushes the lane, and once she pushes that lane, it's very easy for Alchemist to farm under his tower. So that might be a little bit problematic, and there's also one more problem, one more issue. The last game, Alchemist was 9 pick. This game, it's 10th pick. And the problem with this game is their supports are very static. You don't have that Nyx that's going to rotate behind, that's going to set up for that Alchemist kill. You have the Bane, but, I mean, you have the Bane with Lina. That's kind of fine. You can go in, rotate, sleep him into the stun. It's all right. But it's not the Nyx. It's not the hero that's always going to be searching for him, finding him in invis, and setting up those ganks. So it's an easier game for Alchemist as well.
I think it's also early on when you think about it, there's this scenario where how you can't gank the lane early. It's all on Lina, right? It's not like if this was the Alchem Radiant side, we've seen the effect of that. Yep. You can sneak people in, but where's the Bane going to approach from that the Alc doesn't see coming? That's the problem.
That's definitely true. I mean, if it was the Bane on offlane, then he can do the same thing that he did to Nyx with Nyx last game, but I don't know, we'll see. Maybe Bane actually starts offlane and LeBron starts with Gyro on top, so that can happen. Why not? Alright, they're gonna see each other here, so they'll know what lanes are.
Actually, if they whittle them down enough, Blizzy can come in.
Blizzy is close, yeah.
The problem is they don't have, because they picked up the tree, they don't have, for example, the Bramble Maze into the Avalanche or Toss back. So it's very hard to actually find a pick off here. I think one of the most inherent issues of dealing with this combo at the start is Gyro's fast movement speed means IO is very elusive. Yeah,
they did bring them to 50% HP already, so that's kind of good. They're gonna force a few tangos, not a whole lot though. Wisp basically is the only one that has to eat one, and they should secure both top runes. Let's just see if Wisp is gonna try. No.
Yeah, but bot's a different way. So it's gonna be 2 runes apiece by the looks of it. As EPG secure the bot runes, Na'Vi will secure the top ones, and I'm trying to think win conditions here. The Alka's the obvious one for the Radiant
So the same
side.
block again, by the way. He lets the
He let it through. Yeah, 1 through. So he's doing this on purpose. In fairness, it's a smart move because I think it's good to start with, but like people catch on very quickly and they can react in time.
There you go. It's the same. It's the same from the Alchemist. I mean, it's kind of decent versus some heroes, but versus Alchemist, you want to be in control the whole time, at least with the first 2 waves. So it's interesting that he went that way with that 1 creep. However, Alchemist should be doing quite fine here. Shouldn't be too, like, it's not the Klinks from the last game that has a Nyx rotating in, so this should be a little bit easier for plus Ultra New Era.
It's a lot harder to trade desirably as well, because of course the aggro from creep waves, you get paid a lot more in return than, for example, the Klinks would.
Look at this, Soneko actually started with Glaives, something I can't really get behind. I mean,
no one does that anymore.
Yeah, a few patches ago, Glaives were actually the way to go almost always as level 1. But right now, even with the nerf to Arcane's Curse, I think it's still the stronger spell. You still deal more damage you still get more for your bucks. On top lane though, Gyro just free farming so far. They have to be a bit careful.
I mean, he's about even actually. The Tiny is CSing better right now, but that's Gyro for
They're
you.
not
He has low
pressuring him,
damage.
that's what I meant. They're not truly pressuring him.
He's free to do what he
Yeah,
wants.
he's farming, that's all. Tiny is as well, but I mean, there's a Dark Willow Tiny lane. That lane is not easy. But Wisp plus Gyro, they're actually so scary. That lane is... Lina actually being low mid is kind of surprising.
Yeah, that's the thing. You expect to see Lina come out aggressively, but this is the thing. You're reasonably squishy, so actually just stick down the AoE, and suddenly you're taking a lot of damage. You can't really stand in that. It's not like the Clinks, like we said, where you trade effectively because Seer and Arrows hit so hard and you've got
you can't. You just cast your spells, you push the lane, he farms under the tower, he comes back with the acid spray, and he's even stronger on your side of the map. So it's not really easy for Lina to completely dominate, but it shouldn't be too hard either. Wisp plus Gyro though, I honestly believe that this is even a stronger lane than Tiny plus Dark Willow. And trust me, I know how those two, like what those two can do. Tiny plus Dark Willow, they're so strong. These two heroes are basically top meta picks right now, and maybe you'll see it.
Avalanche is there, the Curse Crown proc him, but Io moving away. The Rocket Barrage going out, but Gyro rooted up, means he has to back away, and Io, can they do enough here? He's got the tether to get away. It looks like they can't. He'll escape.
There we go. He can salve up now.
And this is kind of the thing, is like, yes, there's a lot of potency coming out from the Tiny Willow lane, but if you can tank it like this, you don't even care.
That was also a really good play by them, though. The Wisp, the way he ran and then tethered, it was pretty good. Plus, with the way he used the spirits to slow them down, everything there is... It's basically a skill-based matchup. It can go either way, I think. Perhaps, in my opinion, Wisp and Gyro have slightly like more chances of winning it just because of the way their region works. They get more just by giving all the tangles to Wisp. He just heals them more. Oh, Mitch.
Slaughter! Mitch living it on the edge there.
Mitch
Barely
barely gets away, yeah. And I mean, they needed this. They needed to get him out of this lane because he's playing Slardar versus Lynx and he has more CS than him. It's not really a Slardar favorite matchup, you know, but he has done really well so far here.
I mean, Slardar's a hard hero to make work a lot of time at the moment. The meta picks, it's just very easy to harass him out with these ranged heroes. But Bane, of course, is that type of support that gives a lot of leverage in favor of...
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm not saying Mitch did it alone on that lane. Far from it. The Bane is the hero that created so much space for him. And he's the hero that actually allowed him to farm this much, to be on par with the Clinks right now.
Infamous DD just picked up a Baranya.
It's 4 minutes now, not the 10 minutes.
And he still matters at this stage. You can build a lead against the Alp, which you need to do. Bot lane, Crystallize, been harassed onto a little bit. There's 2v1. They've still got the Slithering Crush to work with. Hits onto 2. Bane will turn around with the Brain Sap, and there we go. Going to work. Trying to hit him up the strafe. One more tap
One more
needed.
hit.
Bane, he's
There we
dead.
go.
First blood. DNZ does fools. Crystallize finally gets a kill.
All right, they greeded out there a little bit, tried to go for that kill on the Slardar. And while I think that's good, I think instead maybe you should send that Bane around mid again. Maybe ward up their jungle again. Maybe follow that Alchemist. Maybe try and get that kill onto that Alchemist instead. Your prime target being Clinks maybe is not the wisest decision. As, you know, like that Alchemist is a ticking time bomb.
You have to deal with him somehow. Sneak in the bot lane. Gonna actually snatch across the Nightmare, and actually getting super low here. Looking to move away, we'll be able to do so. Slardar still ticks out. Mitch not able to escape from the overwhelming power of the Arcane Curse.
Yeah, and Borania is having problems here. He's always low on HP, always low on mana. He's not unable to zone out the Alchemist completely. He's winning the CS battle, but it's an Alchemist. He's still farming, and he still hasn't died 5 minutes in, so...
And it's also, you think about the amount of resources that are being burned onto regen for Branya, and this early game is pretty costly.
Yeah, and he had to go back to the shrine now as well, so the Alchemist gets some more free last hits on the mid lane.
And also the nature of the actual lane and how much closer Radiant's jungle is means that Alk's going to be able to move back and forth between there quicker than Lina.
You see the wards like in the Radiant jungle as well. The Radiant wards have already been planted there, so they see any sort of Bane rotations there. They are well prepared. They know what they're doing for sure.
Mitch is being forced to get super aggressive for nothing here. But this is the issue. That you're on a time limit, right? Like the thing about Slardar is he can be quite threatening, but you have to be constantly aggressive. And as Crystallize gets these levels in the Seer and Arrows, suddenly he hits too hard to deal with, and he can just start to kite you out.
Yep. You use that sprint, you get hit. You have to just run out. You can't go super aggressive onto the Clinks. The Bane, though, this is what I was talking about. He should be trying these moves. He should be moving into the Radiant jungle, but Soneko is just positioning so well.
Oh no, Shadow Realm. They put down the Bramble Mace, they throw through. It's not enough, though. Branya's fine. We'll turn around. The Dragon Slave needs to be careful about this, though.
Yeah, but this isn't where you want to be. Like, the last game, it was completely opposite. Alchemist was suffering. EPG with that Clinks was completely dominating the Alchemist. And this game, they have Alina, which is suffering versus the Alchemist. Yeah, she's above in CS, but it doesn't matter. It's an Alchemist.
Lizzie, Avalanche coming out. The toss is there, trying to get rid of LeBron quickly here. They might be able to move across and do enough damage. Need to be careful because he's getting low himself. Curse Crown's going to go out, and LeBron's left for dead as Gyro tries to retreat, but they're pursuing. They're going for two. It's pretty greedy. The Tether trying to get in range, but Gyro is on full retreat here. Leaves LeBron behind. Tether's to the creep wave. Will he live? He's going to get out.
He might actually.
He's fine.
There's no mana on Dark Willow. He needs to go to fog, not that
the
way.
right clicks, one more tap as Louise with the slows of the balls that went mana. LeBron tried for the deny, unable to do so.
He went the wrong way. If he just ran straight toward the tower, he could juke through the trees and then tether to a creep wave. However, I don't know why he went right. I think Jar was probably calling him, and because of that, he dies there. Unfortunate. This is the thing that I was talking about. Bane should have rotated and done this a bit earlier, because this Alchemist is already level 7. He has his ultimate. Like, you're not gonna kill him now with that stack. Like, you need at least one more hero here. Perhaps Mitch. Someone needs to rotate mid.
Well, Mitch is... he's
busy.
Yeah, he's busy.
He has his own problems.
Searing arrows. Oh, Curse Crown coming out. Looking on to Branya here. Light Strike Array. Doesn't connect. He's going to return around, hit on Soneko. There's Laguna. Needs to run him down. One more tap will do it. Find the kill. Walk straight to the Roche Pit just in case there's any response.
Right. That's a small kill going Lina's way, which also puts Laguna on cooldown. Not the highest cooldown ever, so it's not that much of a big deal. But at the same time, like, you didn't use that Laguna to kill an Alchemist.
Ooh, that's way too close for comfort. The home
that was
missile.
So close. That was so
You
close.
could hear the Jaws theme tune in the background there.
I could hear the missile hitting him right there.
Just echoing for 1,000 miles.
Yeah. But overall, still, they're farming top. He's forced to go back, and now Tiny is maybe a problem.
Lizzie, this home missile, toss back, but not far because the creeps are chasing. He's going to go for this. He wants this kill so bad. They're going to
get that Tiny.
Avalanche comes out. Can they do enough? No, they can't. No, they haven't got enough mana to pursue this. They'll back away.
Yeah, there's no way. But they're free to go back, and oh, he steals some.
He got... I don't think he got any of them, actually, no.
Yeah,
this little Skelly died.
Yeah, feels bad for the Tiny. Unlucky.
He's looking for something here. He is the poorest core right now. Miraculously, the Slardar actually has more gold than him right now.
That's what Lina is doing right now, like moving behind the tier 1 is so dangerous, and it's basically a move of desperation, to be honest, because if they had a port on that Clinks earlier, she would have been dead there. So overall, I don't like it. I think she needs a support to go in first, and then she can follow up. Luckily for them, they had the sentry here, so they did see the Clinks when he ported in.
Problem is they now know about that sentry, so Crystallize won't waste any more time here as he moves towards the bot lane. Just to assert more dominance over Mitch, who has been making some recovery while being left alone.
But the thing is, yeah, he showed himself and he wasted some time. Mitch got some time to farm, but at the same time, Alchemist is completely farming, all alone, lonesome. Let's see the bounty fight.
Stun's going to come
the
out.
Relocate's coming in.
The Nightmare's there, the relocate in. Gyro is ready to party, but nope, they'll be able to get the stun out. TP out attempt. Can he make it? Chew! He gets out again. 4 heroes stack hard, but for nothing. And Crystallize will be pinged out, but do you have your detection? That's the question. He might actually try for a kill into someone here.
He doesn't really have the damage.
I mean, he's looking for something here. He's got the haste, but Slardar is not the target. This is not a good choice.
What can they? I know, he's just gonna farm. Going back to farm, and that's it.
He's just gathering info at this point. Problem is, Blizzy's been left alone in the top lane, which means he can start knocking on that tower. You can't leave this lane unattended for long. Yeah,
he has the silencer here as well. Soneko is leeching that level 6. He needs it as soon as possible. Once he gets that, I mean, they just used their level advantage in a relocate which failed. Which isn't really great, but at least they're in the right position so they can continue farming Wisp and Gyro. So that's kind of a good thing. But overall, I mean, Alchemist is pulling ahead, and this is how an Alchemist game should look like. He should be 3,000 gold ahead of anyone, or at least 2,000 gold like he is right now.
And I think the biggest concern here is that the Gyro is meant to be your competition. But the Gyro has been forced into this push role. He has to be part of the pushes, which takes time away from farming, which allows Alk to build his lead even further.
Yeah, that's also an issue for them. They don't have this hero like, I don't know, Visage or a Pugna, some hero that can set the tempo and everyone else has to adjust to it. They don't have that hero.
And that's crucial with Alks right now, is how quickly can you drop the tier 1s and expose the jungle.
Definitely. You have to somehow just take out those tier 1s and then control his jungle completely. But I'm afraid they haven't managed to do it on time. And even if they do take this tier 1 right now on bottom lane, it's not really going to matter too much. And the relocate can happen, but I believe they should have global any second now. Or maybe they have it already.
He has, he just doesn't have the mana.
Yeah, so
He's
he has no mana, exactly. He's next to the shrine, but he's going to go.
He's busy farm.
He's just stacking. He's just stacking for Alchemist. This is a fun Alchemist game.
We might see an Alk win finally.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so many Alchemists lose. We haven't really, in the last month, I don't think that you and I have casted a game in which Alchemist has won.
I think most TAs, currently is TAs ruining their time.
Always it was
we
either.
Haven't seen any TAs at all today.
Yeah, no TAs today actually as well. And we have a relic minute 12.
All right,
And
now I wonder, is Major or Tindari taking notes on this game? Because this is how you get a 12.5-minute relic, which is much better than a 21-minute.
Yeah, truth be told, their draft is much better this time with an Alchemist.
That's true. There you go, Radiant's complete already. And this is where the farm accelerates. And he's already accelerating pretty nicely. He's got a decent gold lead, 3k net worth lead over the Lina.
Yeah, 3k over both the Lina and the Gyro. I mean, it's bad, but it's not horrible. You still have the Wisp Gyro. I think that combination can match up versus Alchemist later on. It's alright, they can, but the problem is this Alchemist is going to have a lot of farm very soon, and then are you going to be able to fight him? That's the only question. Are you going to be able to fight him in like 2 minutes when he has that Radiance and perhaps a Blink?
I mean, looking at it right now, it's like race we've been talking about. It's like the Gyro, in fairness, compared to how it's going, he's not doing too bad. He's starting to move up the net worth. And you have to make the argument is, will he be ready to fight when the Alk's ready to fight?
Yeah, exactly.
And with the amplification of the IO, there's an argument for him being ready, especially when you consider the Slardar as the other variable. The corrosive haze is huge.
The corrosive haze is definitely great. Like that can definitely help them. Like the Lina is gonna hit super hard as well. It's not only the Gyro. The Lina is gonna hit with the stacks. And actually we're seeing that right now.
They're going to rotate around. The Terrorize going to come out. The cooldown's where the global silence as well. A lot of damage on the Crystallize, but they can't finish him off. Curse Crown coming out in the Slardar. Needs to move away on the back foot there. You're going to see I already fallen. Buyback comes out. Klink's dead as well. No, he can't save the Gyro though. The relocate gets cancelled. It's worthless to him now. So 2 for 1 so far. Well, 2 for 2 because the buyback. But they're going to chase for more. Slivering Crush coming out. Io finally arrives. Moves on to Lina. Doing a decent amount of damage with the Corrosive Haze out onto the Alchemist, but he doesn't care. The Fiend's Grip is there. Moving across. Looking for the kill. Blizzy down to half HP. The stun comes out. Bait turnaround's there. Triple kill already for Ark. He's having a party. He's burning them all down. 4 dead already now. Io last man standing, but he fought back for this. And the true victor in all of this is the Alchemist.
I mean, for a moment it looked like EPG is taking that fight. And then this... like last burst of damage going Navi's way. That Alchemist, man, showing up. I said, minute 12 he got Relic. I asked, like, are they going to be able to fight him in 2 minutes once he has Radiance and the Blink Dagger? And he has it now after that fight. And oh, he's going to jump to the Wisp maybe as well.
He sees it. He's moving forward. He's got the star. No! He has to throw out on the IO. Now he needs to run. The home missile's coming in. He must be punished for this greed. They're going to move forward. The cooldown's going to out. Double stun happening. Enough time to move away. No, I'm afraid not. Slivering Crush is there. They'll run him down and kill him off. I mean, that's greed at its maximum straight away. Although, more greed coming out as DNZ snatched the final hit onto the kill on Ark.
I mean, you just die right before the bounties have spawned. You know, it's like... it's so bad, actually. And that Blink there, like, he sees the Gyro is there. Like, he sees that Wisp is tethered. Why go? It's...
he's angry. He wanted his rampage last
he
time.
wanted that. That Ultra kill was definitely stolen away from him. He wanted it back. And sadly for him, he paid the price there. He died. I mean, when an Alchemist dies this early on, he gives out, like, this particular time, he gave out 622 gold, which isn't small. Yeah, it did go the way of Bane, though, which is kind of pretty bad, but still, though, you can't be dying with Alchemist. You're a golden piñata.
DNZ just in the chat right now going, it's fine, guys. I'm going to use this so that we can put down wards and look for more kills on the out. You guys can have the follow-ups. I just needed that ward monies.
Yeah, just some ward wards everywhere.
Please,
They're
sir.
gonna, I mean,
Kind sir.
overall in this game, wards are super important because you have to plant them versus the Clinks, right? So you have to have those sentry ops combos everywhere. So far, like, look at the bottom lane. Basically, it's unapproachable by Clinks. He has done a good job warding this bottom lane, definitely.
That's because they desperately need this tower. It's not just a case of opens up the jungle. It opens up somewhere they'll feel safer and more confident to farm because they're worried right now. They need to be focused on the bottom right side of the map. Not just because of this lane, but also because of the triangle for the gyro.
Yeah, so basically, once you take this tier 1, the right side of the jungle becomes the Dyers. So the small camp and the hard camp where Gyro and Wisp are right now, like that becomes Dyers as well. Because if you're farming that as Radiant, you're always in danger of being approached from high ground, and it's very hard to farm. And you should always have wards there as Dire to see any approaching movements. However, at the same time, Navi has done the same thing, and they have just pushed and warded the Dire jungle. So the plays are being mimicked in a good way for both of these teams. So Navi is warding the Dire jungle, and EPG is warding the Navi's jungle, the Radiant one.
The problem is Na'Vi have to invest a lot less to take towers in this type of game, and that's worrying. So you can already see the trade happening, but look how much more is invested by the side of EPG to take that tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but both tier 2s fell, so it kind of evens out in the end. The only problem is Alchemist is farming this whole time, and he's on 14k gold right now.
Oh, stun coming out, speaking out, finds the kill on Baranya, the assistance of Lizzie just to ensure he does fall. But that's a decent pick-off, because that is the worry. That's the biggest threat in this mid-game scenario. Gyro is still farming, Yolina's your pick-off hero, and speaking of pick-offs, they find the Gyro, the split-up happens, and nope, the stun's there from Io, because he tried to tether back across, he's gone.
Yeah, 3 major pick-offs.
60 seconds.
Yeah, basically they got the heroes that they needed to get. They got the Gyro and the Lina, and then a bonus kill on that Wisp, who bought back earlier, so he has a longer that duration.
Can we talk about the Tiny finding constant invis runes as well? Because it's
it's ridiculously good on Tiny, because it basically allows him to initiate without a blink, without a Shadow Blade. It's just very good. At the same time, Alchemist, look at this. Blink, Radiance, Manta, minute 18. This is where you want to be 18 minutes in as an Alchemist.
This is what a healthy Alch looks like.
Yeah, this is a very healthy,
Not
chubby Alchemist.
Not one that's had the crap kicked out of him, right? This is what you expect to see, and what you don't want to see right now if you're DNZ is a death here. He doesn't know about Blizzy behind. He's lingering around, but what's the plan? No one's here to back him up right now, and he's surrounded on all sides. There it is, Avalanche toss, catching on to 2. The Terror's going to come with the global stance as well. They have to run, but they're dead. Lina gone, Bane as well, and that's going to be a tier 2 fallen. And so far, Na'Vi looking pretty beautiful with these setups.
Yeah, so what EPG did get from this is that global usage. So after this, maybe they can set up a fight with the Gripian to relocate. I mean, it's looking grim for them right now, but they're not out of it. They still have ways of fighting. They have the Grip, they have the relocate, they have the Lina, when she is alive at least. So we have to wait for their move.
Yeah, checking for the pulse is the important part, but it's still... I think the big pickup we're looking towards here now, and this is why it's not over EPG, is there is a beautiful thing in the game to counter an Alch. You know what it is, Liz?
Vessel?
Yes, the beauty of a Spirit Vessel.
The beautiful Spirit Vessel. So once they get that, it's still not easy because Alchemist has the Manta. But
they just found the IO though. Cooldown's going to come out, but Crystallize, the damage may already be done. 2 more hits. No, he's just about to survive. 12 HP.
Amazing.
Woo.
Like really. Oh, he's not.
Oh no, the Shadow Realm.
Feels bad, LeBron, no.
In the bot lane, though, Fiend's Group's coming out. They're looking for a kill here. They'll find a Blizzy. The Avalanche will not protect him.
No, that's a good kill. And Gyro got it as well.
They found more Seneko. Laguna's like, I'm not messing around with this.
I'm not going to chase you around, boy. Just lay down already. It's good. It's the kills that they needed. They did lose the Wisp, but they didn't lose the Gyro, so it's still fine. Like, Wisp can always tank that gank. I really like the way he broke the tether, waited for Gyro to move out of the way, then re-tethered. Sadly, Dark Willow was wiser, just moved behind and used the Shadow Realm.
Nicely done by Chu. And that was actually, that's some kind of suspicious scenario where actually is the eye, LeBron will go, they've got vision here. But they didn't. That was just daytime vision. That was the max range he could actually have available.
Yeah. The max range available allows you to hit from Shadow Realm, sadly, because the spell is ridiculous.
Yeah, I always like when they first released that hero. I was like, oh, it's a skill shot. That's kind of reasonable.
No,
and it's like, no,
it's
you
not
just
the skill
target it.
shot.
You just target it.
Just target it anywhere,
Same
and that's
with
it.
tree. Like the tree grab, I was like, oh, it's a skill shot. That's reasonable.
Nope.
And it's like, nope. You can throw it like that, but nope.
Yeah. All right, so Lina, Shadowblade, Yules, she has the potential to actually make a pick off now.
She has to make these pickoffs though, because look at this. Na'Vi, they are licking their lips.
They're looking
their
at this
hips.
little Aegis carrier called Roshan. They want to get him, but
This is where you see Crystallize just full Falcon punch into Roshan and pull out the Aegis and hold it up like he's in a Zelda game.
Lina is close. She's mid. She's
Would you walk into that as a Lina though?
No, you don't walk into that with anything right now, because they have global and it's very hard to fight this Rosh fight. If they knew what was happening, they probably would have attempted at least slowing it down, but...
Oh, Tune Blizzy on the hunt. They're going to get double value. They're going to get the Aegis, and they're already in position to look for a kill on Gyro here. He needs to get out, though. Io going to be hit by the Cursed Crown. They say this one will do. Tries to tether across, but they're going to chase. Blizzy blinking forward. Should have enough time to get in range for the Avalanche. Is there. The toss will be there, but Gyro will not be there to back up LeBron. He does
This is one tanky Wisp with that buckler. He's really tanky. It takes them a lot of time to kill him. Oh.
No, it's going to be fine. TP, don't panic here.
Yeah.
Slardar, Mitch knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Mitch has been like very silent this game, I think. Like
For a Slardar,
right?
especially,
For a Slardar, he hasn't really been... And it's very weird that he's the silent one, because it's usually a player that tries to make plays all the time, so...
Looking for some plays. Alchemist has found a new play friend here. Bane is dead. Don't worry though, Piranha will TP out in the tree line. He's not gonna risk that.
Yeah,
DD Alchemist.
He
no
bought himself just enough time to use that Manta to just dodge the sleep and then stunned him and just picked him up so easily with that double damage. It's so far this Alchemist, man, 20k gold. Just 10,000 ahead of Lina, just 10k.
Just jangling a little bit of cash, saying what up. Just double the net worth, which you know.
He's making it rain, man. This game, he's making it rain.
The best part is that you look at EPG's vision. They want to play aggressive still, but Na'Vi, they're going to move into an area where EPG do not have vision.
Yeah,
and look at
they're
this
going
smoke.
smoked up, Shadow.
They want the
walk
gyro.
on the
They want the
plates.
gyro's time. They got vision on him as well with the ward. There we
they
go.
get
Move
him.
forward. Stun comes out. Concoction hold him in place. And actually, Crystallize chasing on the eyes like there's no escape. You leave that gyro behind. The cooldown comes out, but it won't make a difference. They're both going to fall. There are a couple that will go to their grave in one piece. It's a beautiful story of Titanic all over again.
It's so easy to take those pick-offs as well for them. Like, there's absolutely nothing that can stop them. Like, the Wisp, long time ago with the Relocate, Wisp was actually decent versus these kind of ganks. But right now, like, what can a Wisp do? He has to channel that Relocate, so when you go on him, it's very hard for Wisp to do a defensive Relocate.
That was the thing. People were like,
There's
you
one
know,
creep.
Io's dead. This hero's worthless. But it was like, it was a difference. I think the difference it made is that aggressive Io is still good. Defensive Io is useless now. And while that's a very defensive Slivering Crush, punished instantly with the Avalanche, toss back. They say, where you going, Mitch? You're going to the fountain.
Yeah, they
In
get
pieces.
Mitch as well. They do not have any more creeps, but
It doesn't matter. They got a few seconds to
yeah, a
work with.
few
They'll
more
knock
seconds
it
without backdoor, and there we go.
Oh, there
so
we go. Knocks out. They'll
yeah.
move away. They haven't got enough damage to deal with backdoor protection yet.
Yeah.
But
At
it
the-
sends a message.
As they were pushing, Burania did a smart thing. He creep skipped mid so that they cannot push. He kind of saved them there. They would have definitely taken a side if Burania did not do that. So
I
well
think
played
if
by
he
him.
didn't do that, they might have went for two. Like,
Oh yeah, they. I mean, that would definitely be greedy, but I mean, EPG has nothing right now to fight with. Oh, actually, honestly, they do, but they keep on being stretched across the map and just picked off time after time. Slardar is never there to help either the Wisp or the Gyro. It's like they aren't connecting really well. That's how I feel. Like they have this super mobile team that isn't really using that mobility to connect to each other.
all right, Alk almost screwed up in the tree line. He almost had an opportunity. He managed out. He was looking for the opportunity to get a kill there because they do have superior vision in this area. But I mean, this is the thing, like you said, they're being torn left and right, and it's really concerning because Mitch, he's got the 4 stuff, he's got the blink, but we have not seen them come into effect at all.
Yeah, so far we really haven't. That force and that blink. I mean, if he bought a Midas and he played it like this, I would understand. But as the way things are looking right now, it's not optimal. I'm not saying it's Slardar's fault or anything like that. That they aren't really compact right now.
He's have to do something, but they jump first. The Avalanche are tossed, and the Searing arrows are too much. He can't move away.
He's gone. No
And-
buyback either, and this should be side.
It's easily going to be side. Like, how do you defend this now? You need your Slardar for the initiation. You don't want to knock on this door.
I mean, if you fight here, you might just lose the game. It's very hard to fight this fight. Without the Slardar, I think you just defend the second side. You don't try to defend this.
Blizzy's in Viz again with Haster in this time. He wants to make the jump.
Alina has to be
Lina would be
careful.
perfect as well.
Yeah, she has that BKB, but if she gets jumped on...
Oh, jump
gyro.
in, the toss back, they found the gyro, the bigger kill
It's
for them,
gone.
they get rid of him. Swift ending dead for 50 seconds. No buyback to work with. They'll chase forward the concoction, connecting on IO. But now, what's the move? Piranha getting pretty aggressive here, needs to be careful. They might try and jump on him.
Oh,
The concoction
defusal.
comes out, Yule's being used up the defusal. But that's what you set up into the route. The BKB's coming, Crystallized looking ready to fight. BKB of his own just in time before the Light Strike Array connects. And IO, this is his new partner, but what can he do with the Lina? Concoction across, IO kept back, Avalanche missed the mark with the global silence, the toss back, they break the tether and Lina's dead. 65 seconds and that might just decide it. Slithering Crush, finally, Mitch involved but immediately punished with the Curse Crown and the Defusal. He can't run away quick enough. The Terrorize gets cancelled out, the Bedlam Fall, they got the IO, they'll get the Slardar as well. They'll dive the Fountain, they're looking for more, they want to team one, they'll get it, Bane down. Triple kill for Arc, and now Gyro. He's going to be left standing alone here for 30 seconds in his own base. GG.
That's GG.
They can't
Right
deal
there,
with it.
yeah.
They know it's done. And
Sad trumpets.
it's okay. He's got his moment, showing his BKB. He's like, look, guys, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, I haven't. Wait for me.
You guys waiting for me, right?
Yeah.
No.
I want to play as well. Feels bad.
I mean, that was a decisive victory for Na'Vi. Like that was dominant.
Yeah, this and the 16-minute game were probably the most dominant games today. Feels bad for EPG. Feels bad for my boys.
It felt like Mitch got to this point where it's like, okay, I can farm. I'm happy finally.
Mm-hmm.
But then he didn't change his mindset at any point. He just kept farming.
He kept farming because they kept being picked off time after time across the map, and he could never really connect the move to anyone else because he has 0 kill potential on his own. He's not a tiny, he's not some axe with Blade Mail Blink or something like that. He's a Slardar. A Slardar is really good initiating and setting up kills for someone else. And in this game, he couldn't really ever connect. I believe like there was a small mistake in which they disregarded the Alchemist. They were like, usually they play really well versus the Alchemist, but this game they tried to connect with Bane mid, they failed, and I think maybe the right move would have been to just sack Slardar from the bottom lane and move Slardar mid to gank that Alchemist. I think that could have worked. And then you just rotate with Slardar, you play him like 3/4, because that's what he is truly in any case. And if you're making space, if you're making kills for your team, it's still more worth it than just farming, getting a blink, getting a force, and then being unable to do anything with it because your team is so far behind.
And I think that's the thing to kind of highlight here is you kind of saw this scenario where, it's like you said, he can't kill alone. You said you should be in that kind of 4 role where he just becomes initiator. Because
that's how Slardar is, right?
Yeah,
even
once
if
you got the blink, you go.
Yeah, even if you're on offlane, it doesn't matter. You want to be rotating. You're the space creator. You want to be moving across the map, finding kills time after time after time. You don't want to be split pushing and pushing a tier 3 tower alone.
And with Alina, that's there.
Yeah, but the problem for them was that they were just so far behind and they didn't control that Alchemist on time. And let's not forget that almost ultra kill, what should have been ultra kill for Alchemist.
Well, they felt the burn, yeah.
Yeah,
and
that was...
That's something that you don't expect to be happening for an Alch. That's not his fight point.
Yeah, he's like, you get the Radiance, you can fight, but you'd rather farm. He fought, he got an ultra kill.
He was
like,
farming. He was farming heroes.
Yeah, he was farming heroes. Yeah, definitely.
And I think, yeah, in the end, I think, just to highlight fully on that Slardar factor you said, this is the thing when you pick an IO, is you have to realize your POS 3 is a POS 4 because IO is not a POS.
Yeah.
He's just a pocket. He's a pocket.
He's a pocket.
He just sits in the gyro's pocket.
Just tethered, and that's it. I mean, and the biggest issue is, like, he was tethered to gyro, but they never managed to get that level 15. There weren't many stacks for them made. That was also a problem. So they never got really that crucial level 15 on Wisp and Gyro, in which Wisp gives Aghanims to Gyro and they fight even better together.
Well, that brings us to a close today. That's our final game. So, no worries, though, guys. These were best of ones. This was just the beginning of the action. There's plenty of action to come over the next several days here at the Maincast Autumn Brawl. Like I said, it's just day 1. Group stage, we've still got, I believe tomorrow, no, 8th. 8th is going to be where we see these lower bracket games played. I think tomorrow we've got more of the group stages. So obviously we have 2 more groups to fight up. And that's going to be a lot of EU teams in there.
Yep.
Wow, we already had the Sin stack, but that's half CIS, so it doesn't really count.
Sin stack, half CIS, all right? He has Illidan.
Happy guys. Illidan. Illidan is, what I'm trying to think, is Khazar?
Yeah, Khazar. Khazar is also... Khazar. He's Ukrainian, I think, as well.
There you go. So he's part of the CIS crew.
Yeah.
But guys, that is going to be it. Thank you for tuning in today. We'll be back tomorrow. I've been Killer Pigeon. This has been Lizard Dota. We'll see you tomorrow at, I believe it's 16 CEST.
Same place, same time, I believe, right?
Same time. So tune in at 4 p.m. tomorrow, where we'll continue the action with 6 more best of ones. We'll see you then.